Well, hello, everybody. Welcome in as folks start trickling in. Slowly but surely. Shirley's not here, but you guys know what I mean. All right, we're going to get ready to get going here with this thing. This is break number 2627, I think. 2627. And it's the one that I posted last night. 5-box Donruss, pick your driver. We had this filled actually almost 2 hours ago, and I apologize. I was kind of around all morning and early afternoon, and I was like, all right, as soon as this fills, I'm ready to go. And my wife reminded me that we had a couple errands we needed to run, including picking up kids from one grandparent and taking them to another grandparent. And so anyway, long story short, we went and ran the errands, and literally as soon as we got into town, I got the messages that the break was filled. So anyway, my apologies for not being able to go boom, boom, boom right away, but here we are. So good luck to everybody. Here's our list first. That's our master list of the drivers. Everybody should know who they have. All spots are paid for and accounted for, so thank you guys for that. Appreciate the support. Appreciate not having to find anyone. Quick reminder also, if you are newer and you're not familiar, you don't have to wait for me to message you with a total. If you know how much your spots are, which you should, but if you know how much your spots are, feel free to just go ahead and pay. You don't have to wait for a message from me. And then same thing about leaving comments saying paid or anything like that. If you are somebody that's been leaving comments, they're getting deleted because I just don't want those comments hanging around for a number of reasons. And so it's going to do you no good to leave a comment that says you paid because it's going to get deleted. So save yourself the time. And I guess on the same wavelength, you also don't have to send me a screenshot. I've been getting this a lot lately where people are sending me screenshots that they paid. You don't have to do that either. I mean, if it helps you keep track of what you're doing, that's fine. Just know that I don't need it or expect it. So, but if it's something that you guys are doing for you to keep track of yourselves, that's totally fine. So, all right, here's our duck race lineup for tonight. We've got 4 groups and 27 spots. So some pretty good odds. Let's get off 28 and down to 27. Like so. We'll set this bad boy up and get our race going. Let's shuffle it one time. And good luck. Here we go. And then before we start, I got one new thing to show you guys. I got something new to unveil tonight before we start the break that I'm excited about. Nobody really wants to lead this race, it doesn't look like. We got 16, 20, and 8 all out front. We got some others hounding them. Here we go. This is where the movers and shakers 26 to the lead. Then maybe 18 and 23, I think. Yeah, so 26. First place, Rob Shelton. 18 is second place. That's going to be Andy Heisey. Third place, 23, Brad Sumner. And fourth place, lucky 7, Glenn Collier. I always like it when we can spread it around, so that's great to see 4 different people on the board. And definitely appreciate everybody who participated, whether you won or not. But that's how that breaks down. Is so Rob Shelton gets Group 1, Andy Heisey, Group 2, Brad Sumner, Group 3, Glenn Collier, Group 4. There we go. 26, 18, 23, and 7 is how it worked out. So let's get that out of the way. And then, like I said, I got something new to show you guys tonight to kind of unveil for the first time. This will be the first break. First break using it, and I'm excited about it. A lot of you guys remember for years I had this nice coaster that we used right here in the middle of the breaks. It was just a place for me to sit the cards down, and it made it easy to pick them up because they weren't laying on the table. I loved it. Nathan Burris made it for me and sent it to me, and I really appreciated him doing that. And we used it, like I said, for years until one sad day when I accidentally knocked it off the table and it broke into about 6 pieces. So my mother-in-law and daughter have both gotten really into epoxy stuff. And so I asked them if they could do something to help make me something. And so this is what they came up with. We got the wood grain on the back and the sides. And then we've got one of our stickers down there in the blue in the bottom. And I absolutely love how this turned out. So this is what we're going to use kind of for our placeholder for the cards during the breaks. But like I said, wood grain, blue, and sticker down there. And it's kind of submerged a little bit if you look. My daughter was like, Dad, I didn't mean to cover the sticker so much. And I said, no, I love it like that. It looks like it's like down in, you know. So anyways, so that's where that's going to sit. And we'll be using that in the breaks starting now. So hope you guys like it as much as I do. I love it. I think it turned out really, really cool. It's just one of those little tiny things that definitely makes life easier for the break. So we're going to put it through its paces tonight. All right, empty box. Box 1. And the way we normally do Donruss is about a half box at a time, just to keep things moving along. Yeah, my mother-in-law and she's kind of gotten my daughter into this epoxy stuff where they've made some different things. So while we were at the beach, my wife found a couple shark teeth. And so they made up, you could call it a coaster, I guess, but they made up a thing where it preserved the shark teeth. They're in epoxy now. With a few small shells that she picked up on the beach. And it's just kind of a cool little thing. You can, kind of a cool display piece where it's going to be preserved, so to speak. So, yeah, you can do some cool stuff with that. And like I said, I was tickled when I saw that today. So an optic hollow Kyle Petty. Knock on wood, this is going to be our first break with the second attempt at our new Wi-Fi. So we're going to see how it goes. But so far, so good throughout the rest of the house. It's been really actually a big improvement throughout the rest of the house. So I'm hoping that that we have no issues with the breaks either. Red and blue Kenseth. Spellbound Byron. Corey Day. And William Byron suited up. I'm kind of curious how long it will be before everybody starts talking about William Byron at Hendrick. You know, that's kind of how things got going with Alex Bowman is people just started saying, well, you know, what's going to happen? Byron really hasn't done much recently. Of course, nobody at Hendrick has, so I guess that's not really a fair assessment because nobody at Hendrick's run exceptionally well. Ryan Blaney on the purple optic goes to Brad with that lobster. 4/59. Red Connor Zilic. Who do you got now that we know for sure that? Who do we know for sure, or who do you guys think for sure is the one? Now that we know for sure Alex Bowman is leaving after next season, who do you guys think is the one? I know a lot of people are high on Corey Day. A lot of people think it could be Corey Day. I think a lot of people think that there's a chance it could be Connor Zilic because his contract with Trackhouse expires at the end of next year. So he will be available. Part of me wonders if Raja Caruth is in the mix at all. Out of 299 red, Kenseth goes to Andy. $75.99 purple Matt Kenseth. Also going to Andy. Byron is top 10 in points over the last 10 races. Huh. I know Bowman was the highest finisher for Hendrick last week. Todd says Raja. I wonder how long. I wonder what the contract Corey Heim has with 2311. I wonder how long they have him signed for. If it's a 1-year deal or if it's multi-year in that car. I'd be curious because honestly, of all the young guys, if you presented me with Zilic, Raja, Corey Day, and Corey Heim, I would choose Corey Heim. And it really wouldn't even be a question for me because Corey Heim's already proven he can win in the Cup Series. Twice. So, and Zilich has just struggled so bad. Like, I thought Zilich would struggle transitioning to Cup, but I didn't think he'd struggle this much, personally. It's a tough switch. You know, you're going from racing a different kind of car and different competition level. It's a whole different world for sure, but I thought for sure he'd be a little bit better off than he has been to this point. Truex, red and blue, Richard Petty, Race Kings, and SVG 20 out of 49. Gonna go to Brad. I think SVG is gonna mess around and get into the chase. He certainly seems like he's positioned pretty well. Optic Hollow, Byron. $37.99, Corey Heim. Heim is, yeah, for sure he's older, yeah. He's just got more racing under his belt, and, you know, there's something to be said for that. Heim is a dog, yeah. 83 of 199, Kyle Petty, blue, going to Rob. And Kyle Petty, optic autograph, going to Rob as well. They call him Mellow Yellow. He was the first guy in the Mellow Yellow car. He was the first guy I ever rooted for as a fan when I was really young, like probably 8 years old. Kyle Petty going to Rob. Geo, red and blue. Jimmy Johnson, Spellbound. Red and blue, Hemrick. Optic red, Zane Smith. Goes to Andrew Haywood. $198 to $199. Zilich, yeah, Zilich went from the top of the food chain to, I wouldn't say the bottom of the food chain. It's not like Trackhouse has bad stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, Ross has won some races. SVG's won some races. So I would be hard-pressed to say that it was like a huge jump down, but he definitely went from the top of the Xfinity O'Reilly series to maybe more of the mid section of the Cup. 18 out of 99 for Busher. We missed a door by 1. That goes to Dale. Missed it by 1. Raja Caruth, 21 of 99. Purple. Goes to William Steele. Daniel Hemrick, 5 out of 299. That's going to go to Glenn. That'll get us to the end of box number 1. Four to go. Anybody going to the National Card Show or already been? I just don't feel like that's for me personally. I don't know. I'm probably looking at it the wrong way, but I just don't think it's for me. I don't know why I feel that way. I've been talking about it for a long time about wanting to do something where we can get people together for some kind of a big trade event for NASCAR card collectors. And I put out a thing on X, on Twitter today about it. I really want to target, my goal is I really want to target the Nashville Super Speedway race next summer and plan something around that weekend where we can do something at one of the hotels nearby, probably wherever I'm going to stay, but do something at one of the hotels and see if maybe they'll let us use a room, or if there's not a ton of us, maybe we can just use the lobby. But it would be cool to have, I don't know, 15, 20 people get together, I think. Optic Hollow Josh Williams. And I might 62/71 Raja Caruth Black. Speaking of the idea of trying to get some people together at Nashville, as far as the race is concerned, I might offer to buy tickets for the group. Like if we've got some people that want to go and sit together, I might be willing to facilitate that for anybody that wants to go. That way we can ensure that maybe we have tickets together, or at least maybe in the same vicinity. So that might be an option too. Legacy Motor Club card, that's going to go the unlisted spot in Glenn, numbered to 199. Another Kyle Petty, 71/99. No, 17/99. Sorry, I read that backwards. 17/99 going to Rob. It's been a Kyle Petty kind of break to this point. I think we got our auto coming in hot. Dialed in Noah Gragson, 18/49. That's nice. Noah going to Scott. Yeah, that doesn't suck. Take that. Red and blue Raja. Kyle Busch. Spellbound. Heck yeah, Scott. Congrats. That's sharp. Corey Heim, red and blue. We were just talking about him. Sheldon Creed, red optic. Goes to Andrew Haywood. 33/199. Suited up, Kyle Larson. Larson going to Christopher Couch. And then we got a gold, even though it's a little more mustard yellow. 8 out of 10, Jamie McMurray. Going to Glenn. On the gold. We'll take that too. That doesn't suck either. Get a 1 touch out for that. Nice, Glenn. Yeah, I was gonna say Scott's a pretty serious Noah collector. He's had his fair share of Noah spots and breaks for sure. Bonsignor to 99, purple. Hollow William Sawalich. You did not, Dustin. You did not. Red and blue, Ryan Blaney. Spellbound, Ryan Blaney. Danica, red and blue. BK, red and blue. Reddick, Race Kings. Raja, red and blue. Spellbound, Blaney. Takuma Koga, red and blue. Toga. Pedal to the metal, William Sawalich. You got 2 color sheet metal there for William. He went through the filler and goes to Glenn. Sawalich going to Glenn. Yeah, we did that in our first case break, Jason. The first case break when Donruss, when we first had, when it was a new release, the very first break, actually the very first break we did, not first case break, just the first break we did, we pulled a downtown and a gold downtown, and I think we had something gold in every box. Sam Mayer, 13/199. Sam Mayer goes to Glenn. Donruss is one of the products that you can get, like, if it's super hot for you, it's really, really hot. And if it's not, then it's kind of cool, you know. It's a little more on the mild side sometimes, but when you get a good few boxes, man, it's as good as just about anything. Jeff Burton, red and blue. That's part of why I like Donruss so much, is because you just never know what you're gonna get. Truly. 28/71, black border, Michael McDowell. Goes to Will. Corey Heim. $1 Million Man, Todd Gilliland, 240/299, red. Yeah, JR was on the receiving end of a couple of those big hits. Todd Gilliland goes to Michael Clay. Donruss is the best. Yeah, Donruss is definitely the best bang for your buck, especially if you're somebody that, like me, who likes to sit down and open the packs and really go through the cards. I'm not the fastest breaker in the world. You guys know that. And when I open stuff for myself, I go way slower. I just like to enjoy it. And so if you enjoy the process of opening cards and just going through them, and Donruss is absolutely a great spot to be for somebody like that. Now, if you're, everybody collects differently, right? So if you're somebody that doesn't necessarily like say you're somebody that's only really looking for the bigger hits, which is okay if you're that person, then Donruss might not be for you. You might be more apt to be into Turn 4 or National Treasures, because those are hit-based. Higher cost, higher risk, but potential higher reward. But if you're a collector, you just can't beat a good box of Donruss sometimes. Just sit down and get yourself some penny sleeves out and some top loaders and just have a good time ripping through packs, you know? Yeah, for sure, Brian. I'm in the boat, and we're rowing together on that. Brian says, for him, he can handle a bad box of Donruss way easier than he can handle a bad box of National Treasures. And I'm in that same, like I said, we're in the same boat, and we're rowing together on that. I love National Treasures as far as the cards are concerned. National Treasures, though, is geared for breaks. Because at $400 to $500 a pop, I don't know a lot of people that can just continue to open boxes at that price. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of money. At least to me it is. So I can't do that. And I've told this story about the one time I opened a case of National Treasures, and I thought This is your one time. We'll see how this goes. And I swear I'll never do it again because it was so bad. I'm still bitter about it to this day. SVG 232 at $2.99 red. For what I spent on a case of National Treasures, I probably could have had way more fun if I had bought a case of Donruss. Or a case of anything other than National Treasures, if you're being totally honest. 42 of 49, Dale Jarrett, Unleashed. With the blue explosion. Dale Jarrett goes to Glenn in the unlisted spot. We got Carson Hocevar to $2.99 red for Dakota. You guys should be seeing some packages arriving in your mail. Some might have gotten something today, but you know, from the past week where I was on vacation, I got everything shipped out. So you guys should start seeing things hit your mailbox really soon. 13 of 25, dialed in, Eric Jones going to Anthony Hawley. Nice hit, Anthony. Swap him out for Noah. We'll keep the gold up there for now. Jesse Love. That's another good young driver. The youth movement is in full effect with NASCAR right now, I think. Lane Riggs. Corey Day. I did not realize that it sounds like Justin Allgaier is near the end of his career. I thought he'd be racing a little longer. Sounds like he's ready to hang it up too. 18 of 99, Corey Day. Going to Dale. I know Curtis got his package today because he sent me a picture wearing his new hat. So, 29 and 99, suited up, Kyle Larson. Going to Christopher Couch. I'm going to pause for a quick second and open some more 130-point top loads, too. I know I'm going to need some more. Might as well just go ahead and do that right now. We're basically halfway through. All right. Next up, purple Terry Labonte out of 99. Goes to Billy Joe. Ryan Blaney. Red Michael McDowell to $2.99. Goes to Will Black. Optic Hollow, Corey Heim. Frankie Muniz, Ryan Blaney. Gio and Jesse Love. And that is halfway. Halfway there. Like Bon Jovi. Living on a prayer. Negative here, Cody. Negative here. Yeah, I don't know the date. Brian asked, when is the Nashville race next year? Talking about a get together. I don't know the date yet, Brian. I don't know if anybody else does know, but I have not heard it. I don't think they'll know until they release the schedule. But it was in June, I think, wasn't it? I think it was in June this year. So I'm hoping it's similar time frame. Summertime would be excellent. I'm not sure if my wife will want to join me for that, or my wife and father-in-law, or who all may go along from my end of things, but I suspect somebody might want to go. Chelsea's uncle would be another one that I could think of that might be into that. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm hoping summertime. Sally Mott, red to $2.99, goes to Cody. $40 for a blaster. Oh, that's cheap compared to what they were doing football Topps Chrome blasters at. When Topps Chrome football came out, it was what, 85 and 90 a blaster, something like that. Pedal to the metal, Connor Mozak. Going to Glenn. Then we got Spellbound, Ryan Blaney, 29 of 49. Blue Explosion. Going to Brad. I should tell you guys, I think I've explained this a bunch of times, but real quick, I'll explain it again. I get a lot of my stuff from my LCS. If you guys live somewhere where you find it hard to get boxes of cards and you need me to help you, like if you're looking for, like say you're looking for a blaster of Topps Chrome Baseball or a hobby box of Topps Chrome Update Basketball or UFC Stadium Club or whatever. If there's something in the other sports realm that you're looking for and you don't have a shop near you, I am always willing to check with my local shop to see what he's got. He's incredibly fair. I can't say he will always be the cheapest, but I would bet 9 times out of 10 he'll be cheaper than anywhere else. So, if it's a situation where you're looking for something and you need me to check, I'm happy to check with my LCS owner to see if he's got something. He does have a website and he can ship direct to you guys if you want to order straight from him on something. Or if you prefer to go through me, I can facilitate too. So, just one of those things that it's not like, I get nothing out of that. I'm just offering to help. And if you're in a situation where you're looking for stuff and you don't maybe have access to stuff where you live or something, don't be afraid to ask, and I'll be more than happy to check and see what's available. So Ryan Truex, Optic. blue. That's interesting. That's not, isn't that supposed to be a mega box? That's not supposed to be, I don't think that's supposed to be in hobby. I think the blue's supposed to be in megas, isn't it? Maybe they had a oopsie at the sorting. I guess I could be wrong, but I was thinking those only came in megas. That's why I started sleeving it, because I thought it was numbered. And then when I realized it wasn't, I'm like, wait a second. Yeah, Dan, you're thinking the same as me. Feeder jam. Yeah, exactly. Out of $2.99, Ryan Blaney goes to Brad. Larson red to $2.99. LCS is way too high to buy anything from. Well, if you use, what I will tell you is my LCS, I won't tell you that this is like a rule, but just a general idea. If you are somebody that shops on like the blowout cards or Steel City or Dave & Adams or any of those big retailers online, the third-party retailers, if you look up what the price of something is on one of their sites, my LCS owner is usually a little bit less than whatever they are priced at. And they're usually, those sites are usually pretty on par with the market. And I'm not going to say they're, always correct on everything, but they're usually at least in the ballpark, you know what I mean? Like, they're not pie in the sky high usually. So, but like I said, he's usually a tad under whatever they are as far as the major retailers online. But if you're just looking for something small, like blasters of, like Topps Chrome Baseball blasters, something like that, I know he has those. He's direct with Topps, and Topps even has this like retail reserve thing now where they're guaranteed so many cases of blasters and megas, and they have to, when they do that retail reserve thing, the shops have to sell them at a certain price. They can't charge more than whatever the price is. But I know when you're, like, if you're shopping for something, and this, I mean, I'm really talking non-NASCAR at this point, but if you're shopping for something like football, baseball, basketball, soccer, tennis, hockey, whatever, WWE, wrestling, anyway, whatever it is that you might be shopping for, a lot of those online retailers, you got to spend a lot of them, it's either $200 or $500 to get shipping. Otherwise, you're paying for shipping on top of whatever you're paying. So depending on what it is that you want, that might not make sense. So, if you're only looking for, like, say, a blaster of Topps Chrome Baseball that's supposed to be $35 or $40, well, you don't really want to order it and spend $10 in shipping on top of that. So, like I said, if you guys are ever looking for something that's non-NASCAR related and you feel like you need some help finding it at a fair price or whatever, or you can't locate it, ask me. I'll be glad to check with my LCS. Or I can, like I said, I can give you his website and you can see what he's got on his website. He doesn't keep his website super updated, which is why I say it might be easier to check with me. But I'll be glad to try to help. you'll see. I mean, we'll get quite a few football things when we start our football breaks. A lot of our football stuff will come from them as well. Red and blue tinkle. Probably a good segue to. I've been trying to remind everybody, and I may actually message the group tonight, but if you were part of our fantasy football, I'm going to be messaging our group tonight probably to say, hey, who's in and who's not. And we're going to start rallying the troops for that. And then I'll make a public post probably next week and start getting people interested who maybe didn't participate. BK Race Kings to 199 goes to Dan Owens. Fantasy football is not cheap to participate in. I will warn you that up front. If you're wondering about it, it's $100 to play, which some might think that's cheap. Some might think that's expensive. To me, that's a lot of money. But the reason we do that is because if you're going to play, we want you to play all the way through the season. We don't want you to get halfway through the season and then be like, well, I'm out of it. I'm just done. I didn't invest anything, so I'll just quit playing. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people that are going to play. Even if you know you're eliminated from the playoffs, just play for pride and keep playing all the way through, Austin Dillon goes to Michael Clay out of 49. So, anyway, fantasy football will be coming up. You guys will hear about that more next week for sure. But those that have actively been participating in it, I'll be probably messaging you guys tonight to start getting a head count. And I give it a lot of lead time on fantasy football because it is expensive to play, so that everybody has, I try to give everybody about a month to save up for it. You have to pay before the season starts, before our draft. But I do try to give about a month lead into it for that purpose. So, Purple Bobby Labonte. We use the ESPN app, Dan. Labonte, 1 out of 99. Going to Scott Brand. Let me tidy this up a little bit here. Clean the house just a tad. Starting to get a little unkept. Yeah, sounds good, Dan. I will. Last year we tried to get a second league going, and I was willing to play in both. You know what I mean? Like, I was fine to play in both of them, but we just didn't have any. I think it was me and one other person. So if we have enough interest to just do a second league completely, that's fine, and I'll play in both. So, but yeah, you'll see information next week, and we'll start rolling out all the stuff. It's pretty fun. It's and the way we do it is we don't play for cash. That's something else I should explain to people, because I seems like inevitably, no matter what I do, people don't read all the information. But fantasy football, we don't play for cash. It's boxes of cards. So what I do is I take the cash that we pull together that everybody pays, and then I go out and buy hobby boxes, usually, of different stuff. And like, for example, last year, Josh Weedman, I think, won, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was the winner. But anyway, Josh, yeah, he's the winner because it's winner take all in fantasy football. So Josh Weedman won. Anyway, one of the boxes that he opened as part of his prize was a Cosmic Chrome football. And it was one of the special boxes. I forget what they call it. It's like a lunar box. Every pack in his box had a card numbered to 10. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. So, we do that sometimes, or we do that because it's a good way to get some hobby boxes when you probably, most of us wouldn't have spent that kind of money on that much product, you know what I mean? So, and then I usually do like a championship ring. I've done a championship belt in the past. Last year we had a flag for the winner. So, it's pretty fun. Optic Hollow Chris Busher. And I got to get some more penny sleeves. Let me grab a quick drink too. I remembered I had a Diet Coke sitting down here, and I was like, oh, I could use a drink. Anything new on Turn 4? Turn 4 is slated to release on August the... Let's see. August the 12th, I think? Nothing new on it. No, Todd. That's just when the release date is, and there probably won't be any... I guess if you're looking for something more, you'll have to let me know what it is that you're wondering about. But that's all I got for now. Out of $2.99 red, Ricky Stenhouse. Going to Andrew Haywood. I know the designs look phenomenal. I'll probably try to share some pictures soon if you guys haven't seen them already. $16.99, Jimmy Johnson. Spellbound, letter N. Jimmy goes to JR. If you're somebody that... I wanted to mention this too. If you're somebody that bought one of the Quinn Davis cards, just like with Logan, if you want to make a post in our group, or if you want to make a post on your own personal Facebook page, or if you're on Instagram or TikTok or Twitter, whatever, feel free to make posts on social media with those cards and tag her and thank her for doing that. I know, like I said, I know she told me she's more than happy to do that again. And I also know Logan is 100% in again. And I actually just talked to Logan again recently. She, again, confirmed she's 100% in. So, Riley Herbst goes to JR. Checklist is week before, right? No, Todd. I can tell you that the traditional way with Panini is you get the checklist when you get the checklist. There is no set time frame for when the checklist comes out, because there's been quite a few times where the product comes out and then the checklist gets released after. So, no, I would not be set on thinking the checklist is going to come out at a certain time. Bobby Labonte auto going to Scott Brand. It's the checklist comes out when Panini's good and ready, kind of thing. Now here, the last two products, I would say for 2026, both products, they did a pretty good job of getting it out pretty early. Especially because they did first off the line. But if it's a product that doesn't have first off the line, which I don't think they did first off the line turn 4. If they did, I don't recall. But that usually is a way to get the checklist expedited, is if there's a first off the line product. 8/59, Connor Zilic. Going to Sarah on the purple optic. Burning Rubber, 53/99, Denny Hamlin. Yeah, I agree, JR. There really isn't. I do think, so the early pre-sale prices that I'm seeing for turn 4 is right at $199. I think they learned their lesson last year. I think $199 is the top of the market on it. Because if you guys recall, what we experienced last year is it was pre-sale was $250 to $275. Some places were pushing $300 a box. Denny goes to Victor, and then when it came out, the price dropped like a rock, and it got down to like I think it got all the way down to about 160 at one point, which is right where I think it should be. I think it should be about 169 is the correct price for me for turn 4. But it dropped pretty low, and then as it's become harder to find, price has gone back up. But yeah, I agree. I don't think first off the line doesn't make sense for turn 4. Gio Ruggiero going to Troy. Turn 4 is definitely a break product in my eyes. You know what I mean? That's kind of like what we were talking about earlier. You know, Donruss is a great product. If you're somebody that likes to sit down, open packs, if you're somebody that's in that wheelhouse, then Donruss might be for you, Prism might be for you, Select might be for you. National Treasures probably is not. Turn 4 is not. Chronicles probably was. Chronicles was fun to open. Corey Heim going to Robert Rich. I do know, now I can't tell you what we're getting or not getting this year, but I do know that I heard through the grapevine that we were supposed to get 6 products this year. That was what I heard, is we're supposed to get 6 products this year. We've only gotten 2, and it's the end of July. So that means we got to get turn 4 in August, and then 3 more by the end of the year, which is certainly possible, but that's going to be a heavy end of the year. So I'll be curious to see if that actually happens, or if we end up with our standard 5 that we've had this past, year or two. If we do get 6, I'll be curious to see what that extra product may be. I do know that we're supposed to be getting 2026 Immaculate instead of 2026 National Treasures. That was something I was told a while ago, is that we're supposed to get Immaculate in place of National Treasures this year. So, which could be cool. It just depends on how they do it. I will die on this hill. Chronicles was the best product. Chronicles was fun, Brian. Chronicles was fun for sure. I liked it. It was great to open. It was great for break. Like, it worked for everything. It made breaks fun. It was something that you could open at home and have fun with it. I would be fine if they'd bring Chronicles back. I'm a fan. Certified and Victory Lane are also pretty high on my list. And then Torque, especially when you go back to 2017 Torque, that was pretty high on my list too for a long, long time. So but Certified would be pretty high up there for me as far as if I could get them to do something, it'd be Certified would be one of them. Red and blue, Ryan Blaney. Optic Hollow, Danica. $30/54, Ty Gibbs, black border. I actually heard that there was a chance we might not have Prism this year, so we'll see what happens. But that was a rumor that I had heard too, was that there might not be Prism. So that's going to throw everybody into a state of confusion if that happens. Out of 199, Colleague Racing logo going to Glenn in the unlisted spot. I think we got our auto coming up. Todd Gill in purple, 51/99. Going to Michael Clay. We were talking about kind of favorite products. I'll tell you what, my one-hit wonder favorite product is 2021 Donruss. That was the year they did the 5th anniversary buyback autographs. And those buybacks were awesome. And when you hit a buyback in 2021 Donruss, it was an extra autograph. It wasn't the only card that you got. It was an extra. And so those boxes were awesome. Dialed in, Eric Jones, 22/25 for the second time. So nice, we pulled it twice for Anthony Hawley. Yeah. The buyback autos were fantastic. Those autographs will forever be some of my favorites. And I try to, like, whenever I see somebody that has one available for sale, I try to buy or trade for it or whatever, because I love them. I love the way they did them. I've got quite a few. I won't say quite a few. I probably have 10 total. But black optic Danica Patrick going to Brian, 6/39. Yeah, they messed it up pretty bad the last time, didn't they? They kind of screwed the pooch the last time around. And that's the shame of it is all they had to do was get it right and everybody would have been ecstatic, and instead they screwed it up. And now it's almost a forgotten thing that they did the buybacks again. Ryan Blaney going to Brad. Geo, 45/199 blue goes to Troy. I just glanced over at the other table beside me and saw the mail sale cards that I was working on last night. So I'll go ahead and remind you guys, 12/99 purple Matty D goes to Glenn. But anyway, I'll go ahead and remind you guys that a week from Saturday is the clearance mail sale. So that's not this Saturday, but next Saturday, the 8th. And it's a clearance mail sale. So basically the way that works is we'll take your total, however much your cards cost. If you bought $40 worth of cards, I'll send you a message that says, hey, your total was 40 minus 50% for clearance is 20. And that's how the clearance mail sale works. It's 50% off your total of everything you buy. And it'll be all low-end stuff. Good time to reiterate that, too. Clearance mail sale will be low-end. Nothing over $5 in that sale. So if you're looking to fill out your collection, great place to do that. If you're looking for high-end, just the wrong place to do that. Catch us on the next sale. We will also do another non-NASCAR mail sale at the end of August. I'm looking at August 22nd, I believe, for the non-NASCAR mail sale. The first one was pretty fun. I felt like it was pretty successful. Saw some cool cards. I think everybody enjoyed it. So we're going to do it again August 22nd. And then we may take a small break on that, for a couple months. I don't know. We're not going to do non-NASCAR mail sales all the time, but I could see us doing those, 3 or 4 times a year for sure. I guess if the demand is there, we'll do it, That's kind of, I'm not going to say we will or won't do anything. It's whatever you guys want. If you guys are enjoying them, then we'll do them. So, all right. Last half a box for the break. Ryan Truex, red and blue. Kenseth. Connor Hall to 199, blue, rated rookie. Goes to Dwayne Coates. Got a suited up 27/99, AJ Allmendinger. I don't think I see AJ Allmendinger's name and still don't think of our guy Kevin Finkel. Kevin, we're thinking of you. We miss you, buddy. Hope you're up there wheeling and dealing. Probably rooting for the Sharks. Optic Hollow, John Paul. Connor Zilic. Geo. Red and blue, Daniel Hemrick. Sally Mott. Hate to ask, but any word from PSA? Nope. No word from PSA. I suppose I need to send everybody a message and just say, hey, this is your non-update update. 31/45, black, Tyler Reddick. I might do that tonight. Because it's about every other day I get a message from somebody asking about PSA. Which is fine, I don't care. But I would 100% let everybody know. Purple Kyle Petty, 9 out of 99. Man, it was a Kyle Petty kind of break. Kyle Petty going to Rob Shelton. I did hear they opened another facility. Yeah, Brian. I also heard that they had to add like another 2 million cards to their backlog tracker from where people had filled out submissions. When you fill out a submission for PSA, as long as you have it filed before their deadline on the website and the submission is complete, you have 45 days to then get it to them. And so they had a large wave of stuff that came late where people filled it out online but hadn't shipped it yet, and they waited almost the entirety of that 45-day window to then ship. Probably just playing some sort of game. And so PSA had a big surge from that. And then also, because it's kind of big trade show conference season with Fanatics Fest and the National and everything else, they've been getting a lot of submissions through some of those avenues, which I'm sure they're getting a ton at the National. So, yeah, they added like 2 million more cards to their backlog. So they're just sort of treading water. And a lot of it is TCG and Pokemon. About 80%, as my understanding, is TCG and Pokemon. It's only a small amount that's sports. So I personally think what they should do is when they do decide to open it up and start taking submissions again, they should say it's a limit of X amount of cards at a time per account, and or just sports only to start out. So we'll see what happens. But until then, we just wait. You know, it is okay. It's all going to be okay. We just wait. So, anywho. Definitely want to say thanks to everybody who participated in the break. Sometimes I forget to say thank you, and I genuinely mean that. Thank you very much. I have a blast doing this with you guys. If I haven't said that recently, I really do. It's so much fun to, be part of our community and just open packs and enjoy the conversations and the community and the everything that comes with it. So it's a lot of fun, and I do appreciate everybody's support. So thank you for supporting the breaks. As I've said many times before, I am fully aware that there are a plethora of options for you to go do breaks with all the time. I see other breakers spending money on ads on Facebook and Instagram trying to get people to follow them. And that's fine if that's their game and they're trying to become sort of like some mega something. That's great. Good for them. That's not why I'm in it. That's not why I'm here. So, I'm in it for the fun, the hobby, the group, the fellowship with everybody, the camaraderie, all that kind of stuff is what matters to me. So, anyway, we're in it for the long haul together. So, again, just wanted to say thank you. Sometimes I forget to give a very kind of thoughtful or heartfelt thank you, and so I just want to make sure I got that in. But anyway, we had for our relics, AJ Allmendinger, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Austin Dillon, Connor Mozak, 2-color, Kyle Larson, William Sawalich, also 2-color, Kyle Larson again, Chris Busher, and William Byron. Autographs went like this. We had Eric Jones, not once, but twice, both out of 25. We got 13 and 22, for anybody that was curious about how the numbers fell. Noah Gragson to 49. Optic Kyle Petty auto. Optic Bobby Labonte auto. And the gold, more of a yellow mustard, Jamie McMurray to 10. It's numbered to 10, so we'll call it gold. JMac goes to Glenn as well. So congrats to everybody. Again, if you hit something that was an autograph or a relic, your shipping is covered. I'm going to get them shipped out to you tomorrow. And if you didn't, then we just hold it until you do hit something with free shipping or until you're ready to pay for shipping. That's just the way we work it. So with shipping costs continuing to climb, I don't know how many people have or haven't heard, but shipping costs got bumped again. So certain packages at certain weights are $7 to $8 now, even for a bubble mailer. So no change as far as the way I'm doing anything currently, but it's something that if you guys are buying and selling and trading amongst our community and other groups, if you haven't noticed or been told, it's something to be aware of, that certain places, depending on where you're shipping to, it's by zones, and I don't know which zone is what, but you may be spending $7 to $8 just on a bubble mailer with, a couple of ounces of cards in it, which could only be 3-4 cards. So just be aware of that is the main reason why I'm sharing that. Like I said, nothing's changing with the way we do things. The last time they increased shipping costs is when I upped ours and made a change. We're going to stick to where we're at currently, and I'll absorb some of the difference for now. I'm completely fine doing that. If they give us another increase, then we'll reevaluate and see where we're at then. But for now, no change. More of just letting everybody know in case you're shipping to somewhere. You may notice that on your end. So that's all I got for tonight. Everybody have a great rest of your Wednesday evening. It's hump day. I forgot to probably say that earlier, but hump day. And yeah, we will see you guys next time.